back to the class. Next, we are going to discuss the topic that is a small intestine. Before going to small intestine, we'll describe some structures. So those are alimentary canal of our total system. So first starts with gullet. So esophagus starts with gullet and ends with cardiac sphincter. This esophagus opens into the muscular bag-like structure that is a stomach. Stomach has two sphincters. One is a cardiac sphincter, another one is a pyloric sphincter. These two sphincters are prevent the backflow of the food. So whatever the region's transportation, they prevent the backflow of the food. So cardiac sphincter, then pyloric sphincter. So stomach opens into the small intestine. Next region, that is a small intestine region. So with the help of a pyloric sphincter. So small intestine consists of three parts. The U-shaped duodenum, then the jejunum region. So next region, that is a ileum region. These are the three parts come under small intestine. So before going to small intestine, we will see some glands here. That is a pancreas. Pancreatic juices are opened. Pancreatic juices are released by the pancreatic duct. And also from the liver, the two lobes of the liver, right lobe and left lobe livers, ducts, hepatic ducts are opened into the, and also gallbladder duct also open to form a common bile duct. This common bile duct passes and transport towards the pancreatic duct. Both are fused to form hepato, that means hepatic duct, pancreatic ducts. Hepato-pancreatic duct is formed here. So in the duodenal region, the hepato-pancreatic duct anterior end somewhat bulge. So that swelling part is called as a ampulla of Vater. These are also open into the small intestinal starting point, that is duodenum. So let's see the small intestine parts and the cells. So first and foremost, small intestine is a longest part in our gut or alimentary canal. So the longest part in our alimentary canal is a small intestine. So small in the sense, that means so diameter is diameter lesser than the large intestine. Diameter is higher in the large intestine but less in the small intestine. But lengthwise, small intestine is the longest part in our gut. If you want to say in meters, it is 6 meter in length. 6 meters. So in feet, it is 20 feet in length. 20 feet in length. 20 feet. The epithelium that covers small intestine is a brush-bordered columnar epithelium. The small intestine is lined with brush-bordered columnar epithelium. So epithelium of small intestine is a columnar epithelium. That too, it has some brush border cells. So cells are columnar cells. So then the parts of small intestine, those are, so the U-shaped structure. The U-shaped structure, that is a duodenum, first part of a small intestine, duodenum. Then second one, somewhat coiled, that is a jejunum. Third part, that is a highly coiled structure, ileum. So this duodenum is a widest and shortest structure. So duodenum, widest and also short structure in the small intestine. This length, the duodenum length is 20 to 25 centimeters. Here we will see ampulla of Vater. The duct open, which is that duct is called as hepato, that means hepatic duct, hepato-pancreatic duct opens into the duodenal region. Then next region, jejunum. Jejunum is coiled structure, so it is 8 feet in length. It is 8 feet in length. So it is coiled structure. So duodenum opens into the jejunum region. Then jejunum opens into ileum. So the length of ileum is 12 feet. 12 feet. Length is 12 feet. So it is highly coiled structure. Highly coiled structure in small intestine. Highly coiled structure. This ileum opens into the next region, cecum. So what is the location of cecum? We'll see. So here this part is jejunum. Then the jejunum opens into the ileum region. Ileum opens into cecum. There is a valve between ileum and cecum, that is ileocecal valve. So ileocecal valve controls the movement of food transportation in this region, that is ileocecal valve. So here the ileum and cecum controlled by ileocecal valve. So these are the three parts that are come under our small intestine. Small intestine starts with duodenum, ends with ileum. So smallest lengthwise smallest is a 20 to 25 centimeter in length duodenum, but widest and short form. Then ileum is a 12 feet long, highly coiled structure, opens into the cecum, that is next part of the large intestine. So these are the three parts of a small intestine. Next, what is the layers? What are the layers that are present in a small intestine wall? So those are very similar compared to our gut region. So similar structures are serosa, serosa. These are the layers, 4 layers in the wall of small intestine. One is a outermost covering, that is a serosa. Serosa consists of serous covering, outermost layer, peritoneal layer also. It is also called as peritoneal layer. Then second thing, muscularis. Muscularis consists of muscles, muscle fibers. Those are outer longitudinal, inner circular. Outer longitudinal, inner circular muscles. Inner circular muscles. Muscle fibers are present in the second region. Then third one, that is a submucosa. Submucosa consists of areolar tissue. Areolar tissue is present in a submucosa. Then fourth region, innermost region, that is a mucosa. Mucosa consists of some glands. So different type of cells also there. Mucosa have some extensions, that is a crypts of Lieberkühn. The name named after the scientist, crypts of Lieberkühn. So mucosa consists of some glandular structures. Those are crypts of Lieberkühn. The crypts of Lieberkühn secretes mucus and enzymes. Mucus and enzymes. Crypts of Lieberkühn. So if you want to see in diagrammatic way, so the 4 layers of small intestine consist of a number of villi and also some glands. So So 4 layers of small intestine. Suppose it is our outermost layer. Outermost layer consists of a serous coating. So it is formed with a simple squamous epithelium. Simple squamous epithelium covering, that is a serous. Next region, muscularis of a muscularis. These are the nucleus of these cells. Next region, muscularis, second region. See, in the muscularis, outermost region consists of outer longitudinal muscles. Inner region consists of circular muscles. So these are circular muscles. These are circular muscles. So outer region consists of outer longitudinal and inner region consists of circular muscles. This part is a muscularis of intestine. Same compared to other regions also. Then submucosa. Submucosa consists of some blood vessels. And also areolar connective tissue. This part is called as submucosa. Actually, in the mucosal layer, our intestine consists of some columnar cells. So the foldings of inner layer, mucus is folding like a column cells. So those are called as villi. Villi are useful for the increase of absorption. So innermost layer is a mucus. So mucus consists of some this type of villi. These are villi. This epithelium is a columnar epithelium. Columnar epithelium. This total region, innermost region of small intestine is called as a mucosa. Mucosa. So serosa, serous layer or serosa. Next region muscularis, submucosa and mucosa layers are there. See, in the submucous layer, there is a peculiar structures. Those are crypts of Lubberkin. So some peculiar structures are formed in the mucous layer. Those are crypts of Lubberkin. So these are crypts like finger-like structures. Those are crypts of Lubberkin. So they secrete some cells. What are those cells? If you want to see, the cells of crypts of Lubberkin. Mucosal layer consists of crypts of Lubberkin. Crypts of Lubberkin secrete some cells. So those cells are one. Wherever the goblet cells are there, they secrete a mucus. Goblet cells secrete mucus. Next region, Paneth cells. Paneth cells, they secrete enzymes. Third cells, third type of cells, we'll see those are enterochromaffin cells. They secrete hormones. Fourth type of cells, basal cells, also called as stem cells. Basal cells, also called as stem cells. So these are the four types of cells. They secrete some secretions. These are called as intestinal juice. So crypts of Lubberkin, and also in the basal region of Brunner's glands. And Brunner's glands are also there. So Brunner's glands are present in the submucosa layer of duodenum. Suppose if you take duodenum as these layers are related to duodenum. The submucosal layer, this is the submucosal layer. This submucosal layer consists of Brunner's glands, which secretes an alkaline watery substance. Alkaline watery substance. This secretes alkaline watery substance. So the secretions of crypts of Lubberkin and Brunner's glands considered as succus entericus. What is succus entericus? Means secretions of crypts of Lubberkin and Brunner's glands. That means alkaline waters. Brunner's glands called as succus entericus. The succus entericus means the fusion of both the secretions. One is a cryptus Lubberkin and also Brunner's gland. So this is in the small intestine. Majority of digestion takes place in the small intestine only. So that purpose, the small intestine have some special type of columnar epithelium, that is called as a brush bordered columnar epithelium is present in the small intestine. Mucosa layer, suppose it is a innermost layer of mucosa. It consists of number of villi-like structures. These are called as a villi. So plural word, that is villi, singular villus. So this villi is lined with columnar cells. These columnar cells are useful for the surface absorption. So increase for the surface of absorption. The surface villi useful for the absorption of food materials into the blood capillaries. So this middle region, these are lymph vessels. So this total black and white sheet is called as blood capillaries, are lined with are enveloped on the lymph vessels. So actually this microvilli has the brush bordered surface. Suppose it is a total two villi, plural word, villus. Suppose if we take one villi, that is called villus. Villus columnar cells have a brush bordered epithelium. So these brush bordered epitheliums are useful for the absorption of food materials into the blood capillary. So that's why brush bordered columnar epithelium is seen in the lining of intestine, small intestine. So here you will see the crypts of Lieberkühn. In the previous, normally the crypts of Lieberkühn cells are different type of cell secretes different type of secretions. So in the columnar epithelium, on the surface of villi, there are some cells. Those are goblet cells. They secrete mucus. They are highlighted on the surface sometimes. So at the same time, in the ileum region, so distal part of the small intestine, ileum region, the submucosa consists of lymphoid mass. That is called as lymphoid mass, called as Peyer's patches. So these are intestinal tonsils. These are also called as intestinal tonsils. Actually, the small intestine, three parts. Ileum region consists of some lymphoid mass. The lymphoid mass purpose is a defense mechanism. So lymphoid mass is called as Peyer's patches. These are also called as intestinal tonsils. They are helpful for the maturation of B lymphocytes. B lymphocytes are useful for the defense mechanism. That is our intestinal tonsils. So here we will see actually the microvilli and also microvilli and villi. So villus structure, brush bordered epithelium. These are all covered in this diagram. So next region. So actually the pH of small intestinal juices or succus entericus is 6.8. pH of intestinal juice is 6.8. Actually this brush border epithelium is useful for the absorption of food molecules. If you want to see the composition of small intestine juices, so composition చూసుకున్నట్లయితే there are so many enzymes are there. So first and foremost, that is enterokinase, activator of trypsin. Enterokinase is enzyme, trypsin is a substance, that is. So next, enterokinase, aminopeptidases, peptidase, that means enzyme, dipeptidases, isomaltase, maltase, lactase, also called as beta galactosidase, lipase is enzyme, then nucleotides, nucleosidases, nucleotidases. These are the components that are present in our juices. Small intestinal juices consist of enterokinase, aminopeptidase, dipeptidase, isomaltase, maltase, lactase, lipase, nucleosidase and nucleotidases. So these are the enzymes that are present in small intestinal juices. Thank you for watching.